What's up, fellas? This is the Beer League Beauties podcast. We got Matthew Campbell on here. It's a pleasure to have you on, brother.
Yeah, no, thank you for having me.
Sweet. This episode is sponsored by Gladiator Energy. Me and my friend, we created an energy drink last year. It's a healthy energy drink, so it's got no sugar, no preservatives, and 0 calories. We'll get some out to you.
Awesome.
Yeah, man. Maybe a little NIL deal in the future here.
Sign me up.
Let's go. Um, So, my man, you played a little bit of junior hockey out in Canada, right? That's where you're from?
Yeah, I'm from Vancouver myself, and I played in Coquitlam in the BCHL.
Sweet, man. And so how many years did you play out there?
So I actually only played 2 years of junior. My rookie year was a COVID year, so it was a little different. Obviously in Canada, they take COVID pretty seriously. Everything was shut down, so we played like I want to say 11 games at the start of the year, exhibition games, and it was crazy because it was like at the time one of the only leagues running. So you had a lot of Western League players coming down. Like our team was like nasty and playing other nasty teams. And they got shut down like completely again, and they went into pod season, which was not quite as well organized, and it was a bit of a gong show at times, but it was honestly for me it worked well because it was a good kind of introduction to the BCHL. And then my second year, I was able to kind of step into like a good role, and I managed to go to Quinnipiac the year after.
Sweet, man. I mean, that's definitely the dream is committing D1. So when you committed D1, what other colleges did you have on the radar?
I had a few. I was talking with Michigan Tech a fair bit before throughout the commitment process. I was interested in Mankato as well. I had a few, but ultimately, and crazy enough, like Quinnipiac was one that wasn't on my radar at all. I had never like on the West Coast at least, like no one had heard of Quinnipiac really.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like, I didn't even really want to go on a visit. I wasn't that interested. Um, I had like some kind of family friends and stuff who said like, you should give them a look. So I thought, all right, I'll go on the visit if I have to, kind of thing. And I'm so happy I did because I got there and I honestly getting on that campus, I fell in love with it. It's a beautiful campus and like just great people there, great culture. So
Yeah, man. Um, it's cool to have those guys. Are you still talking to them? Are you still friends with them?
yeah, so it's actually kind of interesting. Like at the national tournament just a couple weeks ago, our regional, we are in the same one as Quinnipiac, and we would have managed to make it past Boston College. I mean, we would have played them, and like there's some of my best friends in the world around that team. So I
Yeah.
really wanted that one, but no, yeah, great guys, and like even the older guys who moved on and stuff. Like I talked to a lot of them like every week and stuff, some of them every day. So
Wow.
that just goes to show like how tight of a group we had, and I think that's really why we won so much.
Yeah, especially like national champions. And I'm assuming, was it rowdy on campus after the champ?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we saw some crazy videos from just people partying like the night we won it, and then we got back. There were some big parties. Especially the weather was nice and stuff. Obviously in April. Yeah, it was a great time and a great experience. And like it's one of those things that like it's a once in a lifetime thing. So you take advantage of it. And for me, I wasn't completely satisfied with my season and stuff, but I was able to kind of enjoy the moment. And then it it was good for me because I experienced how good it is to win and stuff and win that. And now I can look back and be like, I want to do it again.
Yeah.
It's a motivator. So
Yeah, man. Well, that'll stay with you, for the rest of your life and those guys that you had. Um,
totally.
and so I was just up at UConn doing a hockey facility tour, and um, those guys just won the national championship in basketball.
Oh
And
yeah.
last year they had like videos of them like ripping down telephone poles. I'm like, just madness in the streets.
Yeah. Well, one of the things I guess they're pretty the campus security was pretty tight. when we were in the national championship game because I guess a few years back they had lost to North Dakota, and I guess students were like burning down trees and
Oh,
it got pretty rowdy.
yeah,
But I mean, I guess that's what happens when you have a bunch of drunk
yeah,
college age kids and your team's doing well.
exactly. I went to the University of Kentucky, and so Florida, if you get a win in the SEC, it's a huge conference. It's, obviously, they got Bama and, Florida, and they would burn the couches when they got one SEC win. They'd burn
Oh,
the couches on the frat road.
man.
Essentially brings a school together, I guess. I don't know.
I think it would be like if those some of those schools decided they wanted to pour money into their hockey programs and make the jump to D1, I think it would be crazy. It would be awesome.
Yeah, like you see like Oregon and stuff, sickest unis.
Totally. And I think like a lot of those schools could really take over college hockey, like especially the SEC and stuff. Like it would be
Yeah.
like, I couldn't imagine playing like a nice rink and a good program in like Bama or something.
Yeah. Would if you could pick any team in the SEC, where would you play if they had a hockey team?
Oh man. Honestly, honestly, I have to go Bama. Roll
Yeah.
Tide.
Roll Tide. Don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide.
Nothing but the
Yeah.
Tide.
Let's go. And my guys, see, we got the Trump flag. Let's go.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, sir. Here at the Beer League Beauties, we're big Trump fans over here.
I know I'm Canadian, so it doesn't really mean much for me, but it
Yeah.
I'll support it.
Yeah. Better than the freaking goon that's in fucking office right now. That guy's a clown.
Yeah, I'm not the one to be talking about politics, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's a bit of a jungle down south from compared to Canada.
Yeah. It's always good to give that guy a little chirp here and there.
Yeah.
Like I'm not big into politics, but I'll give the guy a chirp. I don't care.
Yeah, anyone can get it, right?
Yeah. Um, so after, having a national championship year, you wanted to, focus on yourself a little bit more. You got that experience with winning, but you want to be like truly a part of it. So you decided to transfer to um Michigan Tech. What was your decision process on that?
Yeah, so that was a hard one. I mean, like I said, like some of my best friends in the world, like they're guys on that team are going to be at my wedding and my in like my wedding party, right? So
Fuck yeah.
I it was hard. I would to say like I totally wanted to leave, I'd be lying to you. Um, it was like honestly, it was I need to go somewhere where like at some point you have to kind of think about yourself a little bit and you got to go somewhere you're going to play. And I don't think the staff was saw it in me to play there. And I was kind of forced into it. That being said, like God was good. And I think it was one of the best things that's happened to me. I couldn't be happier. So
Yeah, man. God is good, baby.
yeah.
Let's
So
go. And so you're a follower of Christ. I see you got that on your Instagram bio.
absolutely. I have another flag on my other wall here. It says Jesus is King, and I got my cross on at all times. So
Right on, brother. Repent because the kingdom of heaven is near.
absolutely, absolutely.
Can we see that flag right there?
Yeah, I'll give it a room's a mess, but there we go. Jesus is King, one true
Let's
King.
go. Dude, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, and
That is awesome.
that's another thing I love about up here, like super small town and like great church community, and like I didn't grow up in a household that was super Christian or anything, and it like I kind of like I had like a buddy who goes to church a fair bit, and I went with him one day, and it's kind of rest is history from there. Like
Wow.
we have like pretty much everyone on our team goes to a different church in town and stuff, and we have a good group that goes to ours and stuff. It's one of my favorite things about this place.
Yeah, man. Right on. I mean, um, that's pretty cool that you went from not having, faith in your household and then finding it. Can you tell us
Yeah,
how you kind of found that?
I think that's like the beauty of it is I believe like God uh, I mean everyone who has a relationship with Christ kind of knows this, like he'll show himself to you in different ways, and everyone has their own journey with God. So I just like, not that my family is like hardcore and like any like, if you could say we're a pretty normal Christian family, I guess, kind of. We
Yeah.
just don't go to church.
Yeah.
um so yeah, so like for me it was just kind of, it just kind of happened, to be honest. And it's something that I like hold pretty close to my heart now. So
Wow. Dude,
yeah.
that's amazing. I mean, I guess if we're sharing stories, might as well share mine. I was kind of in the same way as you, where we're like a Christian Catholic household. We believe in God, but you know, you never really going to church. You might go to church on Easter here and there, and
Yeah.
you know, but just I went from a point where I didn't believe in God, like it was to the point where I was an atheist, where I
Hmm.
didn't believe in it. And
Hmm.
then the people in my life came in and told me about who God was, just kept kind of denying it until I was in a hole, kind of, in my life, where I thought, let's just start believing. That's where it is getting down on your knees. He's not, you're not able to like go hang out with him or go talk to God. Like you talk to God, obviously, but you got to have that faith where you can't see him, you can't touch him,
Totally. Totally.
but that's where he comes into play. And
Absolutely. That's awesome, man. That's like it's a very similar story. Yeah, like I was just like kind of, I almost like imagined it if like he's like walking with me like at all times. And I think when you think of stuff that way, like as a person and as an athlete, like it really like can really calm you down in a ton of situations, like keeps you focused, keeps you like, yeah, it's been awesome for me, and I'm super happy that's like similar story for you. It's
yeah,
amazing, really.
it's amazing, brother. um so is there anything you do, like do you have prayer before games?
Yeah, I mean I pray every night. It's like every night is kind of my bedtime routine, and I'm working myself through the Bible a little bit right now. It's obviously a long read, but a good
Yeah.
one. But yeah, on game days, obviously I pray the night before, and then weirdly enough, I just started praying in my like pregame shower as I'm like listening to music, getting ready to go. I do a prayer there, and then I always pray during the national anthem when it first starts. I just kind of put my head down, do a little prayer, and that's kind of my routine. So
Nice,
it,
man.
that the one I do on the ice, it kind of helps me like just like any nerves or anything like anything you're feeling, whether you're feeling nervous or you're feeling weirdly no nerves at all, or like whatever you're feeling, it just kind of relaxes you, brings you back in the moment, and it's
Yeah.
it's it's pretty vital for me.
Wow. Dude, that's amazing to hear, man. um and I like how he's not going to just give you an easy career.
No,
Maybe that was supposed to happen at Quinnipiac. You know what I mean? You're supposed to
totally.
go through that.
I like
Um,
another like I tattooed on my leg. I have Psalm 37:24, which is though you may stumble, you will not fall. And to me, it's just like he's gonna give you things to stumble, like on purpose, but you trust in him, you're not gonna fall. And the rest of the quote is, "You will not fall, for the Lord upholds you within His hand." And it's like he's got you. You're gonna be okay. Like he's giving you challenges because he wants you to overcome them and be better.
oh yeah, that is true. What verse is that again?
Psalm 37:24. So
37:24. I'm gonna write that down.
yeah, I got it tattooed on me a couple of years ago, and I don't know how happy my dad was when he saw that, but
Yeah.
um, it grew on him, I think. So
Wow. And obviously, when you experience, God, like, it's that little, it's like the baby Christian faith. It's like being a child. Like you just want to tell everyone about it. And
Totally.
did you go through that, and are you still doing that?
I'm still like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I I bring my anytime my parents are in town, I drag them with me to church, and back home I drag my little sister with me to church. Me and my girlfriend pray together most nights as well. So it's like I yeah, uh, I'm in that stage where it's tell everybody. And I mean, that being said too, I'm proud of my faith and proud of my God and stuff. So I'm not afraid to to
Yeah.
tell people that I have
Yeah.
it in my Instagram bio. I'm a follower of
Yeah.
Christ. I'm not afraid of that.
Yeah, it's definitely like, he says that whatever verse it is, it's like you shouldn't be you know what I'm talking about. What is it? Trying to think. It's like you shouldn't be embarrassed, because then when you're standing in front of them,
Totally.
I'm
Exactly. I
trying
mean,
to think of the
you're
verse.
gonna meet him one day, and
Yeah.
he's gonna say, "Are you embarrassed?"
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Don't be ashamed. Um,
totally.
so that's amazing that you're a follower, and I like that we can talk about that, man.
Yeah,
Um,
totally.
let's transition into the facilities at Michigan Tech. Can you tell me like what you guys have for like what the locker room looks like, and where your gym is, and what kind of things you guys have?
Yeah, so we get treated super super well at Tech. I was honestly like you go from junior where a lot of teams like you get treated well, of course, but not like insane. Then you get to college, and a lot of these teams have pretty big budgets and stuff. At Quinnipiac, like they have okay facilities. They share them with like their basketball teams and the women's teams and stuff. And then I got to Tech, and it's like our dressing room is beautiful. It's I don't know if you've seen. There's an Everything College hockey video in our facilities, and they're crazy. Like we have everything. We have our own, our everything's just for our team too, which is awesome. We have a sweet gym. We have a shooting area. We have a golf simulator. We have a hot tub, cold tub, like big training area, huge equipment room, big lounge. We have like a movie theater for video. It's pretty amazing actually. And I think it just goes to show like how much the community and stuff cares, because a lot of that the money in college comes from donors. Um, so like like we get treated as well as anywhere. Like um schools with way bigger schools with way bigger budgets, and I think that's why we do well, is because we get treated better than most of those places. So
Yeah,
I I can't speak well enough on that side of things.
dude, right on. And are you guys a Bauer school, CCM, or Warrior school?
We're a CCM school.
Nice.
And yeah, I personally like CCM a lot. Yeah, I'm not too picky myself, but
Nice. And so what do you guys get for like gloves, buckets? Like what do you guys get?
um so it's actually you can pretty much choose whatever you want. Like in terms of gloves, I mean, I have a set of I want to say jet speeds, and I have a set of tacks. I have like you get treated well. Like, and same thing with pants, you get tacks or jet speed or pretty much really any CCM product you want, you kind of get.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Like I said, when it comes to like outside of sticks and skates, I'm not really picky about anything.
Yeah.
um, just give it to me, I'll put it on.
Yeah. There we
uh,
go.
but yeah, sticks. I personally use like the jet speed stick. I put a fat blade on it and a little extra grip. That's nothing too crazy. There's some guys that go a little off the rails with the custom sticks and stuff. We have a guy on our team who uses like an all white CCM. I want to say like I don't even know what the graphic is. Like a white jet speed graphic. It's crazy with a black
Yeah.
blade.
Oh, that's crazy.
Um, I mean, he's got an absolute bomb, so it works
Yeah.
for him.
There you go. Right
But,
on.
but yeah, like I said, we get treated crazy well.
Yeah. And so for, you got CCM, you got Bauer. Um, are you like a big pop guy? Like the is there a difference between Bauer's pop in the blade and CCM's pop in the blade?
Yeah, so I was actually funny you asked this. I was meeting with the CCM guy like 2 days ago when he was here, and we were having this talk. So on my stick, I have like the softest blade that CCM makes, which is actually which is closer to what like a stock Bauer blade is.
Yeah.
And because like in junior, I played with a oh man, like one of the Nexus sticks,
Yeah.
and I loved it. Got to college at Quinnipiac, and I used like a regular blade CCM, which is like stiff, and I
Yeah.
felt like I couldn't handle the puck. Um, so yeah, it's I noticed with the Bauer sticks, like a lot softer, hands feel a lot better.
Yeah.
But like when you take like a one timer with like a CCM twig, like it launches.
Sings it. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So
Yeah. I switched from I was always like a Bauer guy, and then I switched to CCM, and I couldn't believe like the stiffness that it had.
totally.
Um,
It feels like it's built more rigid for sure.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, obviously like, there's pros and cons to both. I think like for me, I've been working pretty hard to try and find like some sort of middle ground there, try and
Yeah.
get the best of both worlds. So
Yeah, that's
I
sweet.
yeah, I like it a
And
lot.
and so you can get like all all like the specs and stuff. And so you can talk to that CCM guy.
Yeah, so usually they come maybe twice a year, and you kind of the start of the year, like start of the year, guys usually order some crazy stuff, like try new things. So they might only order you 6, 10 sticks to use kind of in the summer and find out what you like. And then he comes again, you meet with him, you can put in more orders. And then it's usually like a mid-season update if you still don't like what you have, kind of thing. Um, so yeah, like I said, like I'm not a guy who goes too overboard. Like some guys will update every little thing. They'll get the crazy grip, the crazy graphics, the
Yeah,
um, but no, me myself, I'm pretty simple with it.
nice. And do you have trying to think. So I mean, most of the guys that I've asked, I always ask, hey, do you have any superstitions like before games? Most of them say like they don't. And I don't know, do you have anything weird that you do before games?
Nothing crazy. Like I mean, like I just told you, like I pray before each game.
Yeah.
That's one thing that like if I didn't do, I'd be like a little going a little bit
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Um, but no, nothing too crazy. Like I find myself without even realizing it, doing the same things in warm up a lot. Like
Yeah.
I don't know, like shooting from the same area in warm up, like till I feel good there and stuff. And then,
Yeah.
but no, nothing really that like if I didn't do, I would be freaking out about. Yeah, like I don't know. There's always like guys I played with that are like, gotta tie this skate first and this skate, then they're on. It's like I don't
Yeah.
know, just put the gear on, play hockey.
Exactly. Yeah. Um, yeah, like it's like those almost routines that you do that you don't know that you're doing. Like I would tie my left skate every single time before I tied my right skate, and I would have no clue until I realized it. I was like, I'm doing the right skate right now. What am I doing?
Yeah,
It's weird,
no,
but
exactly. It's weird how that works. Like you kind of realize like, holy cow, I do the same thing.
yeah. Um, and so in the summertime, you as a D1 athlete, what do you do to get better? What's your summer routine?
Yeah, so for myself, I'm a big believer in you get better in the summer, and that's where you kind of guys are made. And I think when you look at guys' career trajectories and whatnot, you can really kind of see who does and who doesn't work hard in the summer. Um,
Hmm.
so me myself, like I try and skate as much as I can. I'm on the ice like 7 times a week usually, and then
Hmm.
uh, I train at a gym with a bunch of other guys who play college and junior, and there's some pros there as well. So we're in there 5 days a week. Obviously, like that being said, it's just as important that I think you take time off, spend time with family, do fun stuff that you don't get to do during the season, because if you don't, you come into the year and you're mentally just checked out already. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
um, I think honestly, I should probably manage my time, like manage my load a little bit more in the summer. Um, that being said, like that's your time to really push and really get prepared for the next season. I think like, during the year, like sure you're lifting and stuff, but like all you're thinking about is next weekend's game. Like you're not gonna go too hard in the gym on a Wednesday when you play in 2 days, right? Like
Mm.
so I kind of I think I owe a lot of like what I've kind of achieved thus far to my summers. So it's not like off season hit the golf course every day. It's off season get in the gym kind of thing.
Yeah. Some guys are out drinking, just golfing, doing whatever, chilling at the beach.
Yeah,
The guys are made in the hockey arena,
yeah,
in the rink.
and like I said like before too, like you gotta relax a little bit too, and get ready but get your lift in, get your skate, and then go to the golf course. That's
Yeah,
how I.
exactly. Yeah, yeah. Um, so I was gonna ask you about dude, I keep having like these questions and then I'll forget them.
Happens.
I don't know what I was gonna say. Um, well, do you have any questions?
Is that
Switch it around.
a surfboard back there? I see.
Yeah, surfboard. I'm a surfer. Yeah,
Really? That is
yep.
sick. Where are you from?
I'm from New Hampshire. Yep, New
Okay,
Hampshire.
that's pretty sweet.
Yep.
That's something I'd love to try one day.
Yeah, man, get out there. It's life changing. So once you do it once, it's you either like it or you don't. So
Totally. Yeah, there's kind of like where I live on the West Coast, obviously, and you on Vancouver Island, there's some good spots like people go surfing, I know, and stuff, but I don't know. I don't know if I got the surf bro in me.
yeah, surf bro. All right, so it came back. All right, so are you like a sauna guy or a cold plunge guy?
Yeah, I'm both. I swear by cold tubs. I at least like the cold plunge kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, I try and do it as much as I can. During the year I do a lot more. I've had a ton of people talk about how it like I don't know, I go kind of crazy with this like little body science stuff, but I have a lot of people talk about how it negatively affects muscle atrophy and stuff. So, or sorry,
yeah,
hypertrophy. So I try and not do it in the summer as much, like more like a quick plunge rather than like a long kind of sit in there.
yeah.
But during the season, like I believe it works wonders at least, and I
Well,
love it. I for a while during the year I was doing like sauna every night. Like I'd go to the rink, sauna, and then go home and go to bed. And it's like I'm a guy who's like I've always struggled to sleep, and I know it helps you sleep, which it did, but I just felt not good the next day. Like I was losing so much water and stuff. So
yeah.
I don't know, probably wasn't rehydrating properly. So I kind of stopped with the sauna for a little bit. But yeah, no, I love both those things.
Sweet, yeah. I mean, they definitely help with your health overall.
Oh yeah.
Um,
I mean, there's like the cold tub especially. Like, there's so many like mental and physical benefits to it, and it's become such a trend recently too. It's
yeah,
pretty.
it is pretty cool. What about like do you ever listen to like Gary Brecka or Andrew Huberman at all?
Yeah, I don't listen to Gary Brecka, but I listen to the Huberman Lab a fair bit, and obviously like Joe Rogan swears by it as well. And I mean, I probably shouldn't listen to everything Joe Rogan says, but I I swear by ice baths just as he does.
But like regardless, like Joe Rogan's out there and he says some crazy stuff, with the conspiracy theories. But with everything he's saying about his health, like it's
Been
awesome.
pretty spot on, it seems.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
he's
no, totally agree.
he's what, like 50 and he's got a six pack, dude. He's a savage.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess you could say he's the go to podcasting.
Yeah, he is. He is the man.
Behind you, he's number two.
Dude, he's the goat, man. I just started like listening to him like 2 months ago. Like I was never really a podcast guy until I started listening to him. And that Andrew Huberman video is really cool.
Oh yeah, I mean that guy's a genius. Like it's
Yeah.
crazy.
So I'll leave this the last question here on the Beer League Beauties. It's my favorite question. Two
Uh-oh.
questions. It's a part one, part two. So what is your favorite Selly and what have you like done this year for Sellies?
Oh man. Okay, I'll tell you my favorite Sally, and this is this is one we did. I had a buddy who I played junior with, and we kind of like created the Sally together. Like I mean, I'm sure a bunch of people have already done it before us, but it's nothing crazy. But we kind of like almost trademarked it back in junior, and it was pretty sweet. We did it like we both scored a couple goals in our. We had a 7 game series with Chilliwack. We ended up losing in 7, but like you know anything about the BCHL, Chilliwack is known for it's cow town. They have crazy fans, and like it was like you gotta give one of these. Like I can't hear it. Like what's up, bang, and it was like we were both just ripping it in the way bars, and it was awesome.
Yeah, dude, that's definitely it's well known now. People do that. Like
Yeah.
it's awesome.
Yeah, the key to it, you give the like can't hear you. What's going on? One of
Yeah,
those.
okay. Nice. And did you do that at all this year?
I didn't do it this year. No, I did a crazy stick twirl after one goal. I think we
Right
were playing
on.
Bemidji, and then but honestly, no, I didn't pull any crazy sellies this year. I guess college hockey is kind of known for the crazy sellies.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I really didn't do anything much this year. Maybe next year I'll tone it up a bit. I was still a little young, so I had to pay
Yeah.
my dues first.
Yeah. Now you're gonna be a vet in the league. You're gonna be a junior. Guys are
Yeah.
gonna be looking up to you.
Oh yeah. So
Drop down. I like like this, the little slick
oh
and then
yeah.
right into the P cane right here.
The BC guys love those ones.
Yeah. Those are
They
awesome. Well, dude, thanks a lot, man. This is a great podcast, probably one of my favorites. I usually say like, hey, this was my favorite, but now you're on the top. Definitely this
thank
is
you,
this is
man.
it, man.
I appreciate you having me, and I had a great time.
Yeah, I mean, I've had other guys, on here, but the way that you were, bouncing questions off and able to just keep talking was really cool. I like that.
I do
Thanks a
that.
lot.
And hey, that goes that speaks a lot about you as a podcaster too. So
Right
kudos.
on. Sweet man. I'm gonna end it right here, but let's talk for a second.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Oops.